Yes, guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel for 6 things that we learned from West Ham 1, Chelsea 5. That was emphatic. That was delightful. Chelsea Football Club have put the nail with the hammer into the hammers, and Graham Potter, if he makes it to Monday with a job in East London, then blimey. They've got to just get on the phone to somebody new, haven't they? Chelsea today have dismantled them. It was an embarrassment from West Ham. But what a brilliant professional performance from Chelsea. We were absolutely magnificent. And I tell you what, the main star of the show today, forget the 11 players, we were brilliant. But that new kit, that third kit might be one of the tastiest looking Chelsea kits I've ever seen. And of course, you guys know it. If you do want to get anything from the mega store, GBFC10 is your discount code for 10% off anything and everything at the Chelsea Megastore. Use the QR code on the screen, or there are links in the description. That kit, man, I think this could be one for the ages. And you know, last season, right, we went away to Wolves, we won by 4 goals, we scored 6, Noni Madueke scoring a hat-trick. Doesn't that just feel like an eternity ago? When we think about the Chelsea team that we saw out there today, Esteval Willian starting on the right, and look, it isn't all singing and dancing, and it isn't all great because Cole Palmer was in the starting 11 and then he didn't make it out there on the field. And to be fair, I don't know what it is right now. Maybe we will know very soon, and by the time you watch this video, we'll probably know what the Cole Palmer injury, incident, moment, why wasn't he out there? We will have answers to that very soon. But he looked to me like he just didn't feel very well. Like he looked either really upset that he wasn't out there. But regardless, you never want to see your best player go off. I hope Cole's okay. But then Esteval Willian gets the start against a very physical West Ham team. But he was just too good. Chelsea, all in all, too good across the field. So when Palmer doesn't start the game and Lucas Paqueta scores an outrageous 25-yard thunderbolt, top corner, Rob Sanchez leans with the wrong arm. We'll leave it there. We won't say anything more about it. Should have saved it. But it's 1-0 West Ham. No Cole Palmer. I'm thinking, why the bloody hell did I not get 15 of these in tonight? Because this could be a long one, ladies and gentlemen. It could be an awful night. But it turns out Chelsea Football Club had other ideas. And listen, if there is one main takeaway that isn't in one of the boxes here for your 6 things we learnt video tonight, the main takeaway is we can score goals when we're attacking corners. How good was that? We stick the ball at the front post. Mark Cucurella nods it on with that wonderful Barnet of his. And who is there to score a header? Joao Pedro converts it. And Chelsea are right back in business. Just a couple of minutes later, and it is back to calm. It is back to centralising the body. Start your breathing techniques, ladies and gentlemen, because Joao Pedro this time turns provider and puts it on a plate, and it is delivered sumptuously with aplomb by Pedro Neto, and it's 2-1 to Chelsea. And this is a moment, right, when we're 2-1 up in this game, before Enzo Fernandez scores to make it 3-1, after a lovely Esteval dribble to drill the ball in, Enzo runs it into the net, basically, effectively. Chelsea at that point, right, we had taken a situation where everybody's blowing bubbles around West Ham, and we've just been like, pop, no thank you, we're not having that, we're in control of this one, we are going to take the 3 points back to West London. Chelsea turned the game on its head so quickly, and that is the most brilliant thing about this win for me. The fact that we didn't let the atmosphere get to us. We've played in a lot of big games in the last couple of months. Finals, World Cups, World Champions. Let me remind you, subscribe to GBFC if you are new, and smash that like button on this 6 things we learned. This is a big one. But Chelsea just turned the game on its head. And from the moment Enzo Fernandez made it 3-1, it was absolutely game over. West Ham had no way back, and then 9 minutes into the start of the second half, Moises Caicedo, the bloke is flawless. He really is. And it was like a kind of striker's finish, you know, like the way Chris Wood kind of just caresses the ball in the net. He doesn't have to whack it. He just gets enough on it, puts it in the right place. Caicedo hits one in off the crossbar. Hermanson nowhere near it. 4-1 Chelsea. And then Trevor Chalobah, who I thought was exceptional out there tonight for Chelsea, makes it 5-1. And this is just an emphatic victory, isn't it? Chelsea tonight, we have absolutely dominated West Ham. And listen, I know that we're not going to be top of the league this time tomorrow, unless there is something crazy that happens and there's a load of weird results in the Premier League. But the fact that we're even top of the league right now, I just want to sit here for a minute and be like, world champions, back in the Champions League, Conference League winners. And the first away game of the season, London Derby, we score 5 and we could have scored more. This is a great moment, Chelsea fans. Xavi Simons tonight got battered at Bayern Munich. Maybe he's signing for us tomorrow. Let's wait and see. But let's go now into the graphics. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because this is a good one. Box number 1, Joao Pedro. I'm telling you what, this guy is the truth. Joao Pedro scores a brilliant thumping header and 2 assists for Chelsea. And this is not even leading the line. Joao Pedro tonight wasn't even the striker. Liam Delap starts up front. And look, Liam Delap didn't touch the ball too many times. He was there kind of just getting himself in the way. But I think this is going to be a theme that we potentially see this season, particularly against physical sides, where Maresca kind of alluded to it in the press conference, where I'm thinking, well, maybe he starts Liam Delap and doesn't start Joao Pedro in this game. And regardless of what would have happened to Cole Palmer, Joao Pedro was always going to play. And I think when opposition defences, you can't ignore Liam Delap. And I think it's one of those games where, as much as Delap didn't do enough to get a box in this 6 things video, it allowed players like Joao Pedro, who can be prominent and dominant in the box, to get into the right positions without having too much challenging him. And Joao Pedro was just absolutely class. And there was a moment where there's almost like an elbow call that he makes in the first 6-7 minutes of the game after the West Ham goal. And I'm like, this could go against us here, but he didn't mean anything. It was never a red card. He stays out there and he was absolutely magnificent. Box number 2, Marc Cucurella. Again, I just think every time I see this guy play, he looks better and better and better. And as much as West Ham didn't really offer anything from an attacking side of things, apart from that magnificent goal from Paqueta, I've always rated Jared Bowen. I think he's a good footballer. I think Wan-Bissaka can also be a dangerous player. But Cucurella pocketed them. And as much as when you score 5 goals, the conversation is quite likely going to be focused around the attacking play, which it should be. Chelsea were brilliant and scintillating at times going forward today. But Marc Cucurella, once again, super solid performance and a great assist with that near post headed flick to get the opening goal. Box number 3, Moises Caicedo. I don't know how many times we're going to give this guy a green box this season, but I wouldn't be surprised. And I want you guys to keep count of this, okay? I'm going to say 30 boxes this season we could get for Caicedo, because every time I see this guy play, he gets better and better and better. Whether it's in the defensive phase, making tackles, lunging in, slides, winning the ball, off the goal line clearances, doing the splits in defence, or arriving in the box and scoring brilliant goals and being that man that you need when the ball is bouncing around, ricocheting around the box. You need someone to get their foot on it and direct it goal bound. And Moises Caicedo, there was a moment when it was 3-1, and Josh and I were talking on the watch along, and I was saying how West Ham don't look scary. They don't look like they're offering us anything. But if Chelsea kind of just take their foot off the gas a little bit here and be like, blimey, we've had a long summer. Winning World Cups ain't for everyone. It's not easy to do. Trust me, I was there. I can tell you about it. But we scored that Caicedo goal and that killed it. If there was ever any doubts in my mind, gone. The moment Caicedo put that ball into the top corner, off the crossbar, job done. Chelsea have got the money. We have got the 3 points. And look, Caicedo, when he first played at the London Stadium against West Ham United in a Chelsea shirt, didn't he get sent off? And then what we saw out there tonight was a masterclass. I think he started the game as the captain, or maybe that was just a mistake with the Chelsea team sheet or whatever. Enzo Fernandez obviously finished the game as the captain. But Enzo, I thought tonight, was a little bit slow, maybe a little bit off the pace. I didn't give him a box, but he was carried by Caicedo, and that's fine. Absolutely fine, because Caicedo did everything. Box number 4, Trevor Chalobah. Not just the goal, it's a great finish. He's there again, in the right place, putting it in, scores Chelsea's 5th. But he was a Rolls Royce, moving the ball out from the back, carrying it forward, starting attacks. Trevor Chalobah tonight was absolutely fantastic for Chelsea. And he was basically playing as like a right-sided midfielder for the 69 minutes that he was out there. Won every single one of his ground duels. I think he won 75%, 3 out of 4 of his aerials too. I think that was a massive performance from Trev. And look, there's still obviously going to be question marks about the defence, but I think the fact that Maresca makes that triple change where he takes off Chalobah, Gusto, Cucurella for James, Fofana, Hato is a big shout to say, look, I'm going to get solutions for this defence internally at the club. Maybe there is discussions going on. Maybe he does want to sign another centre-back. But Tosin was great tonight, coming back in the team, playing a full 90 minutes after an injury that kept him out of Palace last week. Wesley Fofana looked all right when he came on. Not going to say too much about that. It was not really enough time for him to really impose himself on the game. Reece James, I thought, was great too. Nearly got an assist for big Esteval. But box number 5, I've given it to Pedro Neto. Now, Neto, once more, a player who displaces Jamie Gittins. Neto starting on the left, Esteval starting on the right, who, by the way, Esteval got given man of the match. I thought Esteval was great. I think the assist he got for Enzo Fernandez was fantastic. The dribbles attempted, brilliant. But in terms of end product, I think Pedro Neto was just fabulous tonight. And it was between giving Neto and Esteval a box here, because box number 6 I've given to something else. But Pedro Neto, he's carrying on that Club World Cup form. I thought he was the best player that we had at the Club World Cup. Obviously, Palmer officially won it after scoring 2 goals in that monumental, historical moment in New Jersey. He deserved it. But Pedro Neto, I thought, over the course of the tournament, when Chelsea are talking about bringing in Gittins, Esteval coming, Madueke was still at the club, then he was sold, whatever. Neto was a player who last season I wanted more. I wanted to see more goals. I wanted to see more moments like we saw at Craven Cottage at the end of the season, which effectively just springboarded Chelsea into this rhythm, into this state of affairs that we're in right now. It's just brilliant. And this team, it's just so exciting to get behind us. Box number 6 is the third kit, right? I'm telling you now, this is my favourite kit that I've seen for years. It reminds me, and I was getting my hair cut today. Obviously, I decided to go fresh trim for the first watch-along of the season after I was at the game at Palace last week, having a few bevies with the boys. But look, this kit is just absolutely gorgeous. I'm not going to lie to you. And if we play like that in it every single week, then we are absolutely laughing. Chelsea to go to West Ham. I know that they were battered at Sunderland. This is not the hardest game that we're going to play all season. West Ham could get relegated after what I have just seen out there tonight at the London Stadium. But Chelsea, on the other hand, this is huge. Even though it's temporary and we're top of the league right now, and we won't be this time tomorrow, the confidence after this performance is sky high for me. We dominated West Ham. Every time we went forward, we looked like scoring a goal. I thought we were absolutely wonderful. So, let me know the 6 things you learned in the comments down below. If you do want to get hold of that kit, make sure you use the QR code. GBFC10 is your discount code. Link in the description. I love it. It's one of the nicest kits I've seen. But anyway, going to upload this for you lot. What a Friday night. Chelsea have battered the Hammers 5-1. Come on, you Blues.